Hi students, now in this video, that is the second video on the chapter force and laws of motion. In the last video, we already discussed about the force, the unbalanced force, the balanced force, and then some common forces. Now in this video, we purely discuss about the concept that is Newton's first law of motion. Right? So what is the Newton's first law of motion? State that we all discuss in this video, and some important examples of the Newton's first law. But before going to that, we have discussed the one very important concept, that is Galileo's experiment, because the Newton first law actually the formulated form of the Galileo experiment. First Galileo do the experiment, and he give the three very important concepts, aspects, facts is there, and that facts Galileo gives, and then it is later formulated by the Newton in the form of laws. So because of that, you first understand the concept of Galileo's here. So let us start the video with the concept that is here. See, Galileo's experiment. Galileo's experiment, right? So by understanding Galileo experiment, we conclude three important facts here, and that facts together form the Newton first law or Galileo's law of inertia, right? So let us start. What is the concept there here, right? So see here, very simple concept, okay, very familiar concept, right? Take a ball, right? Take a ball, okay, take a ball of mass m, right? Now the object is rest. Now throw the ball, okay, what happened? The apply force on the ball, apply the force F on the ball, apply force what? Apply force on the ball, apply force on the ball. So we know that whenever a force is applied on the object, what happened? The object start to accelerate, okay. So what happened? The ball start to move, right? And we observe that when the ball start from point A and we apply the force, and after ball reach at some distance, okay, after ball reach at some distance, after ball, okay, apply the force and ball start to rotate, okay, ball start to rotate and it travel the distance, and after some time what happened? The ball is come to rest. The ball is come to rest. I means the ball is to get stopped. That is, ball is get stopped, right? So why the ball gets stopped here? That is the idea that the Galileo discussed here. So in the people in that time, in the Galileo time, say that whenever we move the object, what happened? Whenever a force applied on the object is moved with a uniform velocity, and after some time the object is come to rest. We observe it, okay, whenever you play a ball in the ground, cricket, we observe that when hit a ball, what happened? The ball start to rotate, and after some time the ball get stop itself. There is no external force, no one catch or no one touch the ball. Automatic itself, what happened? The ball get stopped. So see here what happened? Without any force, we observe the ball is stopped here? No, we already learned that in the nature, if you want to move the ball, we require the force. If you want to stop the ball, we require the force. But in this case, observe that I move the ball. How the ball is moved from one place to this place, from point A to point B? How the ball is moved here? Because of the force is applied here. When force is applied on the object is start to move with the initial, okay, with the accelerated velocity, right? Now reach to the B. At the point B, there is no external force is there. There is no force, but the ball is come to rest. How it is possible? We already know that the ball is move means the force is applied. The ball is rest means the some force is applied. That is the moving object is come to rest. But here there is no force applied on the object. Then how the object is come to rest? The people of that time say that whenever you apply the force, after some time the object come to rest. It means that, okay, it means that rest is the natural process, okay, rest is the natural, okay, rest, it means that object is a natural, okay, object is means that object is at rest, is the natural state, is the natural state. So the object say that it is nature, okay, it is nature, we not question it, it is nature. How it is not possible? It is nature, it is a law of nature. Why? Any moving object after some time it is stop itself only, it is a law of nature, okay, it is a nature state, natural state, it is law of nature. That is said as now law of nature. But Galileo not accept that one. Galileo say that no, if we required a force to move the object and we required a force to stop the object, but here there is no force is there, then how the object is stop? That is because of one force is there, and that force is called as this contact force, right? The ball is contact with the surface, that is earth or any surface. So this surface have force, that force is called, that is frictional force. That is right, frictional force. We already learned about that, frictional force. That is the force parallel to the surface of contact but in opposite direction. The force of moving in this direction and the force of friction is the opposite direction. So what happened? The forces are parallel, and that forces are called as friction forces, and that friction force is applied on the object. That is why the object is come to rest. So Galileo's success here. So Galileo answer is correct here. That is, if a object is moved from the rest, we require the force, and to stop the object or decrease the speed of the object, you require the force, right? So here object is rest. How it is moved? By application of force, and the object is now moving. How it is stopped? Because of the application of force. That is called frictional force, right? So this is very important to learn that in the nature, the object is remained as the rest until a force is applied on the object. Okay, this ball is remains in the rest until the force is applied. If you apply the force, the object start to move with a uniform velocity. And if the object is start with a moving with a uniform velocity, and we want to stop the object, what we done? We apply a external force, or there is frictional force which stop the body. Means for change the rest, okay, change the state of motion, position of the body. Okay, if you want to change the state of body from rest to motion or motion to rest, we require a force, right? That is very important. We write a point here, to change the object from rest to motion or motion to rest, we required an external force. We required a external force. Okay, external force, or simple we can take a force here. So that is what concept Galileo explained. See here, the ball is start to roll. Now Galileo think again. See here, a ball after some time it is get stopped. Why? Because of frictional force. The Galileo say that if I, for example, see, I take some conditions here, right? One is there. Why the ball is stopped here after some distance? Because of frictional force. Means what? The friction force is applied in opposite direction. So what that is what? The object is stopped here. Now let us take some cases here, right? I can take some cases here to understand that concept of friction here, right? How the friction is effect on the motion of an object. That is very important, right, student? Case one, right? A surface is taken, and surface having some frictional, okay, frictional force, okay, having some friction, okay, having some friction, okay, frictional surface, okay, frictional surface. I mean the surface having some friction is there. Now ball start to move, okay, and what happened? From A position to B position, the ball is start here, and then what if the cover distance, yes, and the ball get stopped. Ball get here stop due to frictional force, right? That is what. Now if I decrease the same plane, okay, case 2, if I decrease the frictional friction, okay, decrease the friction here. I decrease friction, what? I make a surface is smooth here. Surface is smooth. If the surface is smooth, means the friction is less. If the surface rough, means friction is more. See here, very important pointer. If surface is rough, okay, if the surface is rough surface, for rough surface, okay, rough surface, friction is more, right? And for smooth surface, friction is less. So I make a smooth surface now, And now take a same, see here, for example, this cover 2 meter of distance, right? 2 meter of distance. Now apply the force, how much? Take a 1 Newton force is applied. 1 Newton force is applied. Now let us take the another surface which having the smooth surface as compared to the first case, right? That is a frictionless. Okay, friction is less. Okay, friction is less is there as compared to rough. Now let us see what happened. The same ball is taken. Okay, same ball is taken and the same force is applied, that is force is equal to 1 Newton, same force applied, but now the object is covered more distance, that is about 4 meter. See what happened here? When there is a friction more, the object cover less distance. When the friction is somewhat less, the object cover the more distance. See here, compared to this distance more, right? If I again less the surface, less the friction of this surface, what happened? The object cover again more distance. We see that whenever the whenever surface friction is less, the object covered more distance, means the opposition force is less here. Okay, object cover more distance. If I make, okay, case 3 here, if I make friction force is equal to 0, what happened to the ball? The ball is never stop. The ball is never stop. That is the Galileo say that never stop here. The ball never stop. The ball is move in the uniform motion until an external force applied on it. Okay, you throw the ball on the friction equal to 0. Frictionless surface is called as a frictionless surface. Frictionless surface. If a object is move in a frictionless surface, the object will never be stopped. The object is always in the moving, That is called as a object is still in the uniform motion unless an external force is applied. If you not apply external force on that, because the friction force is 0, so you must apply external force to stop the object. If not applied, means what happened? The object is continue to motion until external force is applied on it. That is the Galileo experiment here. Okay, so first case, the object is stopped because of frictional force. If you less the frictional force, the object cover more distance. Finally, if you make the frictionless surface, the friction of the surface, that is friction is represented by the mu. Let's give a mu. If mu equal to 0, then what happened? The object is never stopped. The object is move with a uniform velocity or uniform speed here, right? So for that, Galileo take in one experiment here. Okay, the Galileo diagram I take here. So for that understanding, Galileo take a one plane, that is the 2 inclined plane he taken, right? Let us start that concept of Galileo. See here, that concept of Galileo here. So see, Galileo take a surface, that is inclined surface like that. This is called inclined surface. Inclined surface like that, and take opposite side. Okay, this is called a left side inclined surface, this is called a right side inclined surface, right? And this is what the surface, okay, surface of contact. Okay, this is one. Now this is what a right side of inclined plane, this is called as a this is called as a left side of inclined plane, this is called as a right side of inclined plane, this is called a inclined plane. Inclined plane or surface, you can take anything, okay, in surface. This is the right side, this is the left side. Okay, and here they see this right inclined plane form an angle with this contact surface is called as an angle of inclination. Okay, angle of inclination. So what is the angle of inclination? The angle formed by the right inclined surface with the surface of contact is called the angle of inclination. Okay, so that is V, or here also there. Okay, so take both sides, but I use this angle. Let us see now what Galileo is done here. He take a slide, okay, 2 inclined plane within some angle between contact surface. Okay, like that. Now he take a ball here. He take a ball that is called metallic bob. Okay, metallic bob, that is pendulum bob, round bob, or metallic ball. You take metallic ball, small metallic ball. Okay, small metallic ball, and he can release the ball. He can release the ball due to the downward direction with gravity. The ball start to move and come to here, and then ball again go up. First ball the go down, okay, the ball come down motion, down, and come here, and then go up, and how much it go up, that is a condition, that is very important. Okay, so see here, if a Galileo start here, Galileo is release this ball from that height, so the ball is come down and then go up. How much height it will go? It reach this height or this height? How much it will be go, or it will be outside of the plane? No. At what height? At what height the Galileo release? That height the object is. For example, see here, Galileo to the that height from the that height. So ball will reach the same height, right? So the ball is moved to the same height. Okay, so whenever a ball is reached from the left side of the inclined plane, the ball reach to the right side of the inclined plane to a same height. So the height of the release equal to height of the reach. The final height and the initial height and the final height is both are same, that Galileo observed here. Okay, at what height he release, that height the object is reached in the right side. Okay, what is the height of the ball on the left side is equal to height of the ball from the right side. So that is very important. Okay, height of ball on left side is equal to height of ball on right side. Okay, that is a very important. Now Galileo what I do second, Galileo can decrease the angle of inclination. Means now this is the angle like that, it decrease the angle of inclination. Okay, what happens here? This is the fix, left side is a fix. Okay, there is no change in the left side, the angle is same, but he what decrease the angle like that. See here, the angle is decreased, students. See here, the angle is large here, but angle he is a decrease. Okay, decrease. Now the angle of right side is decrease here. I write here angle of inclination. Here, right here, angle of inclination of right side surface is decrease. Okay, so it is decrease. Now see what happened here. Okay, this is the right side plane. Okay, now what happens? See, if when Galileo is release the ball from this height, so what happened? The ball is reached to the same height. Again ball is rolled on and then go up and then reach the same height. That height of the ball on the left side equal to height of the ball on the right side. Again the ball height is reached. At what height you release the ball, that height the ball is reached at the right side. So that is, we again observe that maybe the angle of inclination is less or small, the angle of inclination is more or less, that is not effect on that the motion of the object here. The object again reach the same height, but the object must travel the long distance here, right? In the case of the angle of inclination is lesser than that of first one, so what happened? The object is reached at the same height but cover the more distance. See here, this distance is less, okay, like that, but this distance is see more, right? So here in this case, first case, the object cover less distance, so less to reach the same height, but here the object is covered more distance to reach the same height. See here, how much distance is there? This much distance is there, but now this side is there. He traveled more distance, see, more distance, right? So in that case, you observe that when we decrease the surface, okay, in right side inclined angle of, we decrease the inclined angle of inclination on the right plane, so we observe that the object can reach this same height but covered a more distance here. So here he covered less, how much distance? That much distance, but here see the distance is large, such that much increase. So that is what it reached the same height but covered a more distance. Okay, in this case object covered more distance to reach the same height. Okay, reach the same height. Whenever you decrease the angle of inclination, the distance traveled by the ball is more. You have to remember that one. Okay, whenever you decrease the angle of inclination, the ball covered distance is more. Okay, covered distance is more to attain the height. If the angle of inclination is increase, means the distance is less in reciprocal. Okay, but here see what happened, angle of inclination decreases, the distance traveled increases, right? The angle of inclination decreases, the distance traveled by the object is more. The angle of inclination increases, the distance is traveled is less or equal or almost less, right? So that is point you have to be remember. Okay students, now let us see here. Now what Galileo do? Now last case, Galileo what do? He can make the left surface as it is, but he can make the surface is 0. That is what? In third case, angle of inclination is equal to 0. Is equal to 0. That is equal to 0, not O. It is equal to 0. So what happened? Then ball reach here, and ball reach to the final height. What is the height final? So an infinite. See, write that. What is the height of the object? Infinite. So what happened when the ball is continuously moving. Ball is, because these surface, again I explain, sorry to forget, these surfaces are frictionless surface. One point remember, frictionless surface. The surface which is used by the Galileo, that is left surface and right surface, are frictionless surface. There is no friction is equal to 0. Means what? Friction, that is mu equal to 0. Friction equal to 0. The coefficient of friction is equal to 0. So that is why the object is friction, no friction force, the frictionless surface, the object is continuously move. How much move? Until he attains his height. So that is infinite. Where is height? Infinite. Okay, so here we observe that when the angle of inclination is equal to 0, okay, the object is move continuously with constant speed without change its direction, right? So that is the Galileo experiment here. So Galileo proved that if there is no external force is there, then object is never will be stopped. The object never stop. It is continuously going. Why? Because of there is no friction force. There is no external force applied by the any muscular force. What happened? The ball is continuously moving. In order to attain its height, we observe that if this height is released, means how much he can cover. So see, height is there. Height infinite, where it is meet, that is the final position of an ball is there. But there is an infinite. So what happened? The ball can move infinity at infinity position with a constant speed without change its direction. Only in the straight line, not change the direction, left, right, up, down, in the same direction with a constant speed here. That is what if a body is moving, it continuously moving with a constant speed until and unless an external force applied on it. If there is no force applied, the object is continuously moving. So that is what the very important point given by the Galileo law here, right? So here see, at the top the ball is rest, the ball start to move because of the gravitational force. The force is applied and the ball is now move continuously. Why continuously moving? No force applied, so no stop. So balls move here because of the gravitational force, that is because of the force, and the ball is moving and never stop because of the absence of the force here. So we require a force to move the object, we require a force to stop the object, students, right? So this is what the Galileo experiment here. So please write down all these points, right? So now let us come to the final 3 facts that is given by the Galileo, right? So let us start writing the conclusion of these all experiments. First conclusion is the object is remains at the rest. A force applied on the object. And next one is if an object is start to move, it never stop until a force applied on the object. Okay, that you have to be remember, students. Okay. Now let us take the very important point here about the. Okay, we have learned so far that number 1 we learn here what if a body if a body is at rest, and no unbalanced force. We know that balance force lead to the motion, but there is no unbalanced force. Okay, if a body is at rest and no unbalanced force acts, okay, unbalanced force acts on it, it remains at rest. Okay, it is simple, it remains at rest, right? So next one, second one, that is if a body is moving, okay, if a body is moving, and no unbalanced force acts on it, it will continue to move at a constant speed. That is, we learn in the last case, that is a frictional surface inclination is equal to 0. At that case, what happened? It is continuously moving with a constant speed and in a fixed direction. Okay, there is no change in direction, fixed direction, right? So that is one. It is only possible in the frictionless surface. Okay, that remember students, the second statement is only possible in the frictionless surface, right? Continuously moving only to the surface is frictionless, right? Now, if an unbalanced force acts on a body, the body will accelerate. Okay, that is simple one. Okay, body is accelerate, right? Whenever you apply a force on the body is accelerated. That is student 3 point we learn here. What is first point here? See, I can again explain what is our first point. So these are 3 points we learn here. So see what is first point here. If a body is at rest, now his body is, for example, a block is there, a block is at rest. Okay, block is at rest. How much it rest? In how much time it rest? 1 hour rest, 2 hours. How much it rest? It is rest and continuously. See here, if a body is rest and no unbalanced force act on it, there is no force, means the total force on the object. Okay, the total force. What is the total force? Total net force on the object is equal to 0. Then what happened? The body is at rest. Okay, that is called no unbalanced force. The body remains at rest. Okay, it is not to move. For example, a table is there, chair is there, your desk is there. It is always at rest. Okay, whenever if we not apply any force, means it is always at the same position at rest here. Okay, your home is there. Your home is always the same position. Why? Because of there is no force applied. There is the force on the object. There is force is there, but the total force is equal to 0. The object is not to move. Right? So that is what here, when the total force on the object is 0 and there is no force on the object, that is 0 but no force on the object, what happened? The object is always at the rest. Okay, and the second point say, if the body start to move, okay, for example you apply force, the body start to move. What happened? The body, and there is no unbalanced force, means there is no frictional force and there is no opposition force, there is nothing is there. So what happened? The body is continuously moving, they never stop, they moving, infinite distance is covered and move with a constant speed and with a fixed direction. So that is the second. If a moving object, if there is no force applied, the object is continuously moving. So rest to motion, we require a force. Motion to rest, we require a force. Right? If there is no force in the motion, the object is continuously moving. We learned that already in the Galileo last case. When the angle of inclination equal to 0, the surface is straight, then object is released and it attained infinite height in the infinite distance. Right? So never stop. So next one, if an unbalanced force act on a body, the body start to accelerate, correct? If a body is at rest is there, if a body is at rest is there, if I apply the unbalanced force here, okay, what happened? If a force that is greater than the frictional force, what happened? The object start to move. The object start to accelerate with the acceleration equal to something is there, and with the velocity, okay, that is with velocity, with speed, okay, it is start to move. So that is called accelerated. So that is simple one. Okay, to move an object we require a force. Which type of force? Unbalanced force. Whenever an unbalanced force is applied on the object start to accelerate. If the force is balanced, the object is never not move, or okay, not move in the case of balanced force, right? So these are, students, very important 3 points of the Galileo's experiment we understand, and these 3 points together, okay, these 3 facts, these above 3 facts together, 3 facts together called as Galileo's law of inertia. Galileo's law of inertia, or Newton first law of motion, okay, or Newton first law of motion, also called law of inertia, okay, also called as a law of inertia, okay. So that is very important, students. If you join all point together, you get an Galileo law of inertia. Okay, anyone ask what is the Galileo law of inertia, what is Galileo concept, you have to say these 3 points you have to be explained, okay. And if you ask what is of Newton first law, that we state in the different manner, okay. Do not write like that. We can just write the Newton first law in the shortest way, right? So let us start now. State the Newton first law of motion, okay. So this is all about Galileo. Then afterward, the Galileo give the idea, okay. These 3 facts given by the Galileo, and these 3 ideas are right in the form of law by the Newton, okay, formulated by the law in the form of Newton. These 3 points are formulated in the form of law by the Newton, and that is called as the Newton first law of motion, right? So write that here, Newton first law of motion, right? So very important statement. Newton's first law of motion, okay, also called as a law of inertia. Newton's law of inertia. What is inertia? We discuss later, okay. After that we learn about what is inertia here. Inertia, okay, inertia. So let us state the Newton first law here. Statement. A body at rest. A body at rest will remains at rest. And a body in motion will remain in uniform motion when unless acted upon by an unbalanced force. So that is what Newton first law of motion, students. So what is Newton first law of motion? See here, same process. If your object is rest means remains at rest. See here, object at rest will remains at the rest, or if object is moving, remains moving until or unless an external unbalanced force is applied on it, right? If a object is there, for example, a object is there, it remains rest, okay, it remains rest until a force is applied on it. Whenever a force is applied on the object, it start to move, and when it stop, when there is a force applied on the object, right? To move an object, we require a force. We stop the object, we require a force. That is the Newton first law. See here, the object is remained at the rest when there is no force. If the object is moving, there is a no force. Okay, so that is very important point you have to be remember, right? So this is what Newton first law of motion. So simple is there, a body at rest remains at the rest, or the body is moving remains the moving unless acted upon by an unbalanced force. If you apply an unbalanced force to the rest object, the rest object move. If we apply the unbalanced force on the moving object, the moving object come to the rest. So that is very important to remember. If you not apply the unbalanced force on the rest object, the rest object remains at rest. If you not apply the unbalanced force on the moving object, the moving object remains in motion. That is what Newton first law say, right? And also called a Newton law of inertia. Now student, come to the, what is inertia here? What is inertia? What is inertia? So it's a simple one. If a pen is at rest, okay, it not move itself own. Okay, the pen is not able to change its position its own. Okay, any object in the nature not able to change its position its own. And if the object is moving, an object is not able to stop its motion, that is what inertia. That is called as a inertia, right? So we write here the object, the rest object not not rest, take any object, the object, okay, I can total write one sentence. The object is not change its own, not change its state of rest or motion, state of rest or motion. Okay, the object is not change its state of rest or motion, it's by its own, by its own. It must required a external unbalanced force, external balanced force. That is called inertia, student, right? The object is there, pen is there, the pen has not power, the pen have not ability, the pen have not capacity to change its state of rest to motion or motion to rest its own. No, there is must required an external force. The object is depend on the external force to be moved, or an object is depend on the external force to be stopped. If object is not moved, when it is moved, when the force is applied. Okay, the object is moving, how it is stopped? When the force is applied. But the object is now not have any ability to move itself own, that is not have. If I kept a chair on the room, the chair not to move itself own. Okay, if a chair is start to move itself own, means what happened? We run away from the room, that is there is a ghost is there, right? If the chair is not to move itself own, right? A table not change itself own, that is called inertia. Any object not to change its position of rest or not change its state of motion, okay, that is called as its own, that is called as inertia, students. Okay, that is called as inertia, right? You remember, that is very simple concept of inertia, that is not confused. Okay, the simple sentence are right here. The object is not change its state of motion from rest to motion, motion to rest by its own. Okay, by its own, it required an external force is there, right? If we start to change it rest own, means there is a something problem is there in your room. But in nature we observe that any object does not change its position from rest to motion, motion to rest its own, they require an external force, right? That is called as inertia. So write the definition of inertia, students. What is the definition of inertia here? Okay, the definition of inertia: the inability, okay, that is not have capacity, inability, not able to, okay, the inability of a body to change on its own. See here, same sentence, same sentence, okay, on its own state, on its own, on its own, its, on its own, its state of rest, state of rest, or state of rest, or of uniform motion is known as inertia. Okay, is known as inertia. It is known as inertia. Okay, it is known as inertia. That is same sentence here. Inability. Okay, the object not have ability to change its own. We must be there is the he must be depend on, or object must be depend on the external force. If there is external force, then only the object rest to move. If there is the external force, then only object from move to rest. Okay, without the force, the object is not move. The object not have own ability to move itself, right? So that is what here, the inability of a body to change its own, okay, own state of rest, or state of rest. I can make here state of rest. Repeat again. State of rest, or of uniform state of rest, of or of uniform motion is known as inertia. Right? Okay, students. Now there are two forms of inertia. Two forms of inertia is there, or also we say two types of inertia. Okay, two types of inertia, or two forms of inertia. One is inertia of rest. Okay, one is inertia of rest, that is due to which a body at rest remains at rest. Okay, that is a inertia of rest here. And second one is there, that is what, inertia of motion. Inertia of motion. What is this means? Due to which a moving object, due to which a moving body or object keep moving, okay, keep moving without any right here, without any change in velocity, without any change in its velocity. Okay, that is called there are two forms of inertia. One is inertia of rest and one is inertia of motion. So what is the inertia? Inertia is the inability of an object to change its position by its own. Okay, he not decide its own. Okay, that is what inability, that is inertia. That is inability is called as inertia. And there are two types of inertia. If the object is rest, means that is inertia of rest, and object is moving means the inertia of motion. Okay, for example, a bus is parked, bus or car, a bike is parked means it is at rest, so it is having inertia of rest. If a bike is moving means on the road, it is called inertia of motion. So inertia of rest means due to which the object is remains at the rest. Okay, and inertia of motion means due to which the object is keep moving. Okay, keep moving without changing velocity. Okay, students, that is what we say about the Newton's law of inertia, or Newton first law. From that we have learned the very important point, that is inertia, and the two forms of inertia, inertia of rest and inertia of motion here. Now let us take some very important point here, that is examples of Newton first law. Okay, examples of Newton first law in the daily life, that is very important. We take three concepts. One is about we observe when we stand in the bus, inside the bus, and bus suddenly start, we fall where? We fall backward, right? And the moving bus suddenly brake means we move forward. Why that happened? Okay, the luggage kept on the bus start to move. When the bus suddenly start, the object is shake here. Why that happened? Okay, why that all happened, that is because of Newton first law. We discussed that one. Okay, so please write down all these points, and now come to the some very important examples Newton first law here. Okay, please first write down this one. Okay students, now take the very important point, that is about examples of Newton first law, and that is very important. Examination may be asked, explain the examples of the Newton first law. All right, so one by one we see the examples, right? So that is number one example here, very famous example, that is jerk, right? Jerks while traveling. Okay, that is very famous one, that is jerk. So I had already told that whenever we stand, for example, a bus is at rest, okay, we stand on this inside the bus or sit in the bus. So bus when suddenly start, what happened? You move, you fall backward like that. If you like stand like that, means what happened? If the bus is at rest, okay, when suddenly bus started, what happened? Your body move like backward, right? Your body, you handle the, that is with your hand, that handle, but that handle also move with yourself, okay, that is what happened. You move, jerk, that is called jerk you backward like that. Okay, whenever the bus start to move and the bus is suddenly stop, what happened? We suddenly fall forward, okay, we fall forward like that, okay, like that forward. Why that happened? That is a very important note. Okay, when bus is stop, we suddenly fall forward here. Why that happened? So that is very important point. Jerk in traveling, one jerk is backward direction from rest to motion, and one jerk is forward direction when from motion to suddenly rest. So that is what Newton first law, that is here involve of the inertia of rest and inertia of motion. When the bus is stop, you also at rest, the bus also rest, so that is inertia of rest. When we suddenly bus started, what happened? You also start to run, but your upper body is not ready to move, that is what it is fall backward. There is inertia of rest to inertia of motion is there. So that is, I write here the sentence, you clearly example. Okay, first one, take bus when the bus is at rest. Okay, if I take here when, okay, please write down myself here with along with me. Yeah, I can explain again. When we stand in a bus, okay, when we stand in a bus and the bus starts suddenly, and the bus start suddenly, okay, the bus stand suddenly, we tend to fall backward, right students? Backwards, we tend to fall backwards. This is because our feet, explanation is there, okay, this is our observation, but what is the science behind that? Here the explanation is there, because our feet are contact with the floor of the bus and the friction at the contact is more, okay, contact is high. This force does not allow the feet to slip on the floor, okay, right? If you slip on the floor, means what happened? That there is a friction less. If the if the floor is very soft, what happened? It is not able to walk correctly, okay, fall down. But if the surface is rough, means we are easily travel, right? So that is what because of the high friction, the floor is not slippy here. So the feet therefore move forward, okay, forward with the floor, with the bus, okay, with the floor, okay, with the floor the upper part of the body does not feel the forward force immediately. Okay, immediately and remains at rest, right? Because of inertia of rest, remains at rest for a while. So remains at rest. Okay, so we wait here immediately and remains at rest for a while. So the upper part of our body gets jerked backward. Okay, so why we jerk backward, that is the answer. Okay, that is first one. Take it, first one point. In jerk while traveling, first point, the bus rests to move. See here, very important. See how it is when we stand in a bus. For example, see, it is bus is there. Okay, I draw a bus, right? I draw a bus here, right? This is the bus, right? And here you stand here. Okay, you stand here in the bus, right? Tire is not there. Okay, now bus completed. Now bus is at rest. Okay, you also at rest. See here, when we stand in a bus and the bus starts suddenly. Okay, what happened? The bus starts suddenly. Okay, starts and moving. So what happens? See, start moving. We tend to fall backward. What happened? The body fall backward here. Fall backward like that. If I stand here means I stand like that. Suddenly bus start. What happened? My upper body, not my feet. My feet is fixed to the surface. But what happened? My upper body, my trunk is what happened to move backward like that. Backward directions. Okay, backward. See right here. Suddenly when bus starts, suddenly we tend to fall. Our hand is fixed here. The feet also fixed to the surface of the bus. But what happened? The upper body move backward like that. Why this happened? The reason is there because our feet. See here, feet is there. The feet are contact with the bus. Fixed contact, it is fixed. Contact is fixed, and say that our bus contact with the floor of the bus, and the friction at the contact is high. That's it. The friction here. One body is our feet, and second body is the surface floor, and the friction between two bodies are parallel forces are very strong, very large. That is why our legs our feet are stick to the surface of the bus. So because of the motion, the body, upper body move, but the feet is not move. The feet is fixed. Why the feet is fixed to the bus surface? Because of the high friction is there. At contact, the high friction, and this force does not allow the feet to slip to the floor. That is why if I stand in the bus, my body is fall backward, but the feet is not move from 1 inch or 2 inch back or forward. That is why, because of the high friction, our feet is fixed. Our feet is fixed to the floors of the bus because of the high friction, and that moving force, that is bus forward force, it does not impact on the feet. Why? Because of the high force is high friction force, student. But what happened? Feet therefore move forward with the floor, but the upper part of the body does not feel that forward force, that not able to handle that forward force. Which upper part of the body? Feet can tolerate that force. Why? Because of friction force is high, it is strongly stick to the surface, but the upper body does not feel that forward force, and what happened? Immediately and remains at the rest for a while, because the body is at rest and want to remains at the rest. That is what inertia of rest is there, so that upper part of the body get jerked. So simple one, the feet is contact with the surface and high friction is high, the feet not feel that forward force, but the upper part of the body feel that forward force because it is remains at the want to rest. So that is why we jerk backward while from rest to motion. That is what why the body gets jerk backward means this answer. Okay, when bus is rest and then start to move. So what happened here? Jerk backward. Okay, now bus is now moving and suddenly stop. What happened? Our body move forward, right? Feet is there. Feet again, the friction between feet and the bus floor is high, but the body not feel the suddenly stop. And what happened? The body move forward when the bus suddenly at a rest. When suddenly move for backward. When suddenly rest, when move forward. So that is second point we have to be right, students. Okay, please write down this point. Okay, jerk while traveling. The first jerk is rest to motion. Okay, that is jerk backward. The first jerk is backward when rest to motion. Now one jerk is forward. Why? Because of motion to rest, right? So now let us take the second jerk from motion to rest, that is from forward. Why? The body is move forward when the bus is suddenly stop here. Okay, that also I write here. So please by heart that one. Okay, practice that whole para, because that is very important examination. They ask why the body is jerk for backward while traveling in the bus. So you have to write that all point. Okay, now second, while traveling while jerking. Okay, while traveling, jerk while traveling. Okay, see here the answer is similarly. Some second one, similarly when the bus stops suddenly. Okay, stops suddenly. What our observation? We write here. What is our observation? Suddenly, okay, the feet come to rest. Okay, because the surface is moving, the feet also contact surface. That means what? The feet also moving. But when the bus suddenly come to rest, what happened? Feet are come to rest immediately. Full stop. But the upper body does not feel that one. That is why it is jerk forward. Okay, the upper body part of body part continue to move in the forward in the forward direction. So we tend to fall forward. This is because feet then this is because the feet turn with the floor, so wait, I can make one line jump here. So see here, also we find that when the bus is turns, turn, what then that's what, if the bus is straight moving, if the bus is turn, what happen? Then also we are jerk sideway. Okay, that also be case here. We also move, wait, is there? So we also tend to fall sideway. Okay, sideways when the bus turn. Okay, turn sharply. This is because, so both cases are considered sharply. This is because the feet turns with the floor, but the body is not. Okay, floor, but the body, the upper part of the body continues to move for a while in the original direction. Okay, that also we experience here. Okay, so whenever the bus is suddenly stopped, what happened? Our jerk forward. Why? Because of the floor are stick to the surface, and if the surface is rest, the feet also come to rest. The body is not feel that it is suddenly stop force. So that is why it is move forward, because it is inertia of motion is there. So it want to remain in the state of motion, but that is why the body is move forward, right? But sometimes what happened when the bus is turned very sharply? So we observe that we bend out. Okay, if we traveling state, okay, bus state moving and suddenly turn is there, what happened? In like that our bodies move sideways. Okay, we sideways, luggages or luggage what move they sideways. Why sideways? Because of when the body is moving, the feet are turned with the bus, but the upper bodies want to stay in the same direction. Okay, the direction of inertia change suddenly, but the object start to move in the state. That is why we move sideways. Okay, that is what the inertia of direction also we say that. So students, these are very important examples of the Newton first law we observe in the life. Okay, so another one is there. So that is finished, students. Now take the another example, that is example 2. Example 2. Okay, in this example we take three concepts. One is moving backward, moving forward, and moving sideways. Okay, so next one is example number second one I take, that is the card and coin experiment. It is very familiar experiment, you can do yourself in home. It is very simple. For example, see, for example, I write first sentence, then we discuss. Okay, take a, and that as per we discuss here. Take a smooth. Okay, try yourself in your home. Take a smooth card. Okay, take any textbook or notebook card. Okay, card. So that is maybe smooth. Okay, smooth. Say a plastic card. Okay, if there is available means take plastic or take a cardboard. Okay, plastic card, and keep it on a glass. Keep it on a glass. Place a coin on the card, and flick. Okay, flick the card sharply. Okay, card sharply, that is condition, sharply, not slow, with a sharply, with a very high jerk, sharply in horizontal, in the horizontal direction. The card, what happened here then? The card flies. Okay, the card flies away, and the coin drop into the glass. Okay, see here, simple concept is there. Take a glass. Okay, take a glass and take a cardboard sheet. Okay, take a cardboard sheet, and in cardboard sheet kept a coin here, Now this is called a card, smooth card, and this is what? A coin. It is called a coin. Now what happened? Flick the card. Okay, what happened? Flick the card very with sharp. Okay, with sharp force, sharply flick the card sharply. What happened? We observe that the card is move here, the card is fly away, but the coin is still here, and due to the weight of gravity the coin fall down. At a millisecond we observe that we apply force on the card flies away, but the coin remains in the state of rest. That is the inertia of rest here. Okay, when we take, the cardboard is rest, the glass is rest, and the coin is rest. Okay, and now we apply force sharply on the card, not on the coin. I apply the force on the card means card is moved, not coin is moved. We already learned about Newton's first law. If the force is applied on the object, that object only move. If there is no force on the object, that object is not move. So see here, one object is coin, okay, and the one object, second object is cardboard, okay, both are at rest. I apply a force on which object? On the card. So if I apply force on the card, that card only move. There is no force applied on the coin. So what happened? The coin is at the state of rest only. So because of the weight, gravity, it fall down. But at a millisecond, you observe that the coin stay here. That is at a card and the coin experiment. That is called as the coin is inertia of rest is there. Okay, inertia of rest is there. Inertia of rest. Inertia of rest is there. Okay, so that point, remember, take a smooth card, okay, made up of plastic, keep it on the glass, glass, place a coin on the card and flick the card sharp horizontally. This horizontally direction, the card flies away, but the coin is still there. But due to the gravity, the coin, what happened? Fall down into the glass. So that is what example of that is example of inertia of rest, students. Okay, inertia of rest. The force is applied on the cardboard, so the cardboard is moved. The force, there is no force applied on the coin, so coin is not moved. But later the coin is moved inside because of the gravitational force. Okay, while coil is moved downward because of the gravitational force. Okay, gravitational force. The what happened? The coil is falls down, students. Okay, falls down, students, right? So there is very important point you have to be remember, right? So now let us take the another very important example, and the last example is carom. Okay, in the carom also we observe that. So take last example for today, okay, and then we can solve one example, then we close the one problem and close the video, right? So this remains 10 or 10 to 15 minutes. We take a class here. These concepts are somewhat long and require more time, students. Okay, so please watch full videos. And then example number 3 here, see, striking a pile. Okay, a pile of a carom coins. Carom coins. So see here, I write sentence here, make a pile of carom coins. Now hit the bottom coin hard, okay, with very sharp speed. Okay, hard with a striker, if you do it well, okay, do it well, very carefully do it one. Okay, the first time maybe not get the answer, but if you do it very well carefully, the lowest coin will move away, but the rest of the body, the rest of the pile, okay, pile will remains at the original position because of inertia of rest. For example, here take a carom and make a coin pile like that, coin one by one coin. Okay, carom is there. Now take a striker and speedily, sharply. Okay, sharply, what you have to make? What is spelling of sharply? Sharply. Okay, move the coin, hit the coin. What happened? this, remove this coin only, and there is no disturb on these coin. These coins are as it is. So here, if you do it very well, the lowest coin will move. The lowest coin will move away, but the rest of the pile, rest of the column is remains at rest because of inertia of rest. Why? Because of I apply force on this coin only, not this coin. So I apply on the this coin means this coins only move. I not apply force on this coin, so this coin not move. They are stay there only. Their position is original position is same as the final position. This is because of first inertia of rest. Okay, so these all at the rest and try to make itself into rest. There is no force, then they are in the rest, but the last coin is moved because of there is a force applied on the object. Then what happened? The start to move here, but there is no force on the above coins. So what happened? The above coins are not moved, students. So this is what the very important examples of Newton laws. Okay, Newton say that when force is applied on the object, then object can be moved. Okay, a object is remains at the rest if there is no force. A object is remains to move if there is a no force. So here these object are remains at rest after the force applied. Where? Because there is no force on this object. The force on this object equal to 0, but there is a force on this object equal something is not equal to 0 force. So that is why it is move. It is not move. If a force, there is no force, the object remains at rest. If there is a there is a force applied, what happens? Object move, and it moving without any disturbance, right, in the same direction. So that is what Newton laws apply in the life like that, students. Okay, so these are, students, about the very important point you have to be remember in the examination. They ask why we fall backward, give the answer. Why we fall backward, if that is answer. And why the when the bus suddenly turn, why we move sideways, that also answer I given in the now. Let's now just to students. Okay, now also ask why about the coin. Okay, coin and card, while the card is moved but the coin is still in the state fall into the glass because of that of inertia of rest, and fall into the glass because of the gravitational force, students. And then we also explain about the striking of pile of quorum. Okay, but the last one is moved but the remains are not moved. Why? Because of the inertia of rest. You have to write all these points, students. Okay, so hope you understand the first law of Newton's first law of motion and about the inertia concept here, right, students? So this is very important point you have to be remember. Now, students, one thing I forget to explain here about inertia. Okay, about inertia, one thing is there that also I explain here. I forget that points. Right now I can take that one, inertia and mass. Okay, next point is, that is last point. Okay, inertia and mass. Inertia and mass, students, that is very important point. After the example we take now you understand the very important concept inertia. Okay, now can take inertia and the mass here. Okay, inertia and the mass here. So see, students, a object is there, that is of 2 kg. Okay, and one object is there that is of mass 1 kg, right, and both are at rest. Okay, both are at rest. Now I apply force of that is apply force, how much? A force of 1 Newton. Okay, 1 Newton, and here also apply force, how much? Of 1 Newton. Okay, 1 Newton force is applied. Now what happened? The body start to move. Okay, it is move, and see that which body move more direction, more distance. Answer me. See here, force is same but the mass is different. So which object move more distance? Right, the object having less mass move a more distance, travel a more distance. So for example, after apply 1 Newton force on the 2 kg object, the object covered 1 meter distance. Imagine that 1 meter distance, and this covered 2 meter distance. Cover how much? 2 meter distance. So we observe that same force is applied, but because of the heavy mass, what happened? Because of high mass, the object resist. Okay, not ready effectively to change its state of rest. Okay, but here what happened? It is covered more distance, means it is effectively more covered distance traveled. Okay, so but because of less mass, the object move more distance as compared to heavy object. So see here, E effectively means what? See here, the inertia of rest is there. So same force is applied, but the heavy object not ready to move very effectively. He difficulty ready to move small distance. Why? Because of more mass. We say that heavier object having have high inertia and then heavy object having high inertia, and I can take the heavy object having high inertia and the lighter object. Okay, I can take the lighter object have less inertia. Okay, that is important point to remember, students. For example, see a big mountain is there. Okay, we push a mountain, what happened? The mountain is move? No, does not move. If a same force is applied on the cycle, what happened? The cycle is move. Correct? That also one very beautiful example. See here, a mountain is there. Okay, a mountain is there and a cycle is there. Very beautiful cycle. Okay, cycle is there. Now apply force on the cycle and apply force on the mountain, which is easily move. Same force, 2 Newton. Which is move effectively? Right, cycle move, the mountain never move. Why? Because of the mass of the mountain is more as compared to cycle. So what happened? The mountain have high inertia, having a low inertia. Right, students? So what is meaning here? So the inertia is measure the mass of the object. Right? If the object having more inertia means what? The object mass is more. The object having low inertia, what happened? The object having less mass, students. Okay, this point you have to be remember. Right? Whenever we apply the force on the object, if it having high mass, it having high inertia. If having low mass, it having low inertia. So we say that the mass is a measure of an inertia, students. Okay, so one point I can write here, conclusion, that is inertia and mass are very related to each other. Okay, very good related to each other, students. That is, see here, in general, okay, in general, a heavier body or object, you take anything, heavier body has greater inertia than a lighter body, right? So that is very important. Therefore so mass is a measure of inertia. Okay, you this point you have to be remember, mass is a measure of inertia. Okay, students, now I can give an example here. See here, a object is coming towards a ball is coming towards with a velocity of 2 meter per with velocity v, and the ball weight is about 2 kg. Okay, and a ball is coming towards you of velocity v and it is about 1 kg, about gram. Okay, 200 gram. Okay, and tell me which object can easily stop by hand. Which object? Right, this object, correct? This object is easily stopped by hand. It is what? Some difficult. Why, students? Because of high mass, high inertia high, and low mass, inertia low. If I stop a ball, okay, I can drop a ball of 20 gram from the height, I can easily catch it. If I drop a cylinder from the height, what happened? You catch it? No. Why? Because of the ball and the cylinder height mass is different. If a cylinder is very heavy height, so it is a very heavy mass, so it is very difficult to catch. So because of high inertia and here less inertia. So I can give some last examples, students, to tell me which having high inertia and which having low inertia. Okay. For example, bike and car. Which is the more inertia? Right. Bike having, which is the more inertia? Right. Car having inertia is more. Inertia is less. Why? Because of mass. Car mass is more than that of bike. Now, 1 rupee coin and 5 rupees coin. Which is more inertia, less inertia? Right, students. The 5 rupee coin is the thick in size. So what happened? More inertia. Inertia is large. More inertia is large. Okay. And here smaller inertia. Smaller inertia is less. So that point you have to be remember. Right, students. So for example here bicycle and cycle. Bicycle and bike. Now here T, which now tell which is the more inertia? Right. As compared to mass, we know that the mass of cycle is less. So what happened? Less inertia. And it bike is more, so it is larger or more inertia. More inertia. Right, students? So these are what very important concept about the inertia. So we say that inertia and mass. If the object having a heavy mass, there is a heavy inertia. If object having low mass, then low inertia. Okay, low mass, low inertia, heavy mass, heavy inertia. Heavy inertia, heavy mass, low inertia, low mass. That is related to each other. So that is called mass and inertia. So mass is measured in inertia. Okay, so the mass is measured of inertia. Okay, if mass is more, inertia is more. If the mass is less, inertia is less. That is why a single man can move a bike single, okay, though not need required more of 5 men, because of the inertia of bike is less. So that is a single man can be push the bike. But in the order to push a lorry or truck, we require the number of more 10 or 20 people. Why? Because of the body is heavy, the body is very large, the more inertia is there, so more force required. So that is why to push a car or push a lorry or push a truck, we required 4 or 5 people. But to push a cycle, we require only single people. Why? Single person. Why? Because of the inertia concept. The lorry having, okay, the lorry or the truck having heavy mass, heavy inertia, so heavy force required. The cycle having less mass, less inertia, and less force is required, students. So that is what the science behind why we push a big truck with help of 10 or 20 people, why we push a cycle only by a single person. That is the inertia concept here. So hope you understand all the concept of Newton's first law of motion, right? So I can explain very deeply here about giving some very important examples, right? So one is Galileo experiment, that is all about the how the object is now continue the state of motion or continue the state of rest in the absence of a force is there, that is called as a Galileo law of inertia. And also we write the Newton first law of motion. Okay, the object remains rest means remains at the rest, or motion means remains at the motion until and unless a force acting upon by an unbalanced force on it. Okay, so these are very important. And first law we studied, and then we take some examples, and also we discuss about the inertia and the mass here. So hope you understand all these concepts. If any point you not understand means please, it is recorded video, you can again reverse the video and can watch again the one time explanation. Okay, so this is about the law about the Newton first law, right? The all concept of the Newton first law, which is contain inertia, definition of inertia, and all the examples of inertia. So this is all about the Newton first law. In the next video we cover the next law, that is Newton's second law, and that having very important applications and very important numericals there, that is F is equal to ma. Famous formula is also there. So we may meet in the next video with a very important next concept, that is Newton second law. So thank you so much for watching this video. Meet in this next video with a new concept. Okay, again thank you so much.